Shegu Sembatia to bring you this afternoon's news in brief together with Livingstone Kawesi for sign language interpretation and translation. We'll start with what's happening in the neighborhood. A court in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo
in the east of the Democratic
has
Republic
sentenced 7 soldiers to death for cowardice in the face of the enemy and murder. They were found to have fled advancing M23 rebels retreating through the town of Sake, where they caused death of 2 people by recklessly discharging their arms. Their lawyers plan to appeal. Last November, 3 other soldiers were convicted of cowardice and sentenced to death. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, death sentences are commuted to life imprisonment. The Nigerian military has denied a claim by the governing party that it is planning to disrupt the upcoming presidential elections. An official from the APC party had said that generals had last week held a secret meeting with the rival PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. The allegations were wicked and malicious, according to the army statement. The race to become the next president of Africa's most populous country is too close to call. The 3 top contenders in the 25th February elections are Bola Tinubu from the governing All Progressives Congress, Atiku Abubakar from the People's Democratic Party, and Peter Obi from the Labour Party. In Europe, Russian soldiers are dying in greater numbers in Ukraine this month than at any time since the first week of the invasion, according to Ukrainian data. The Ukrainian data shows 824 Russian soldiers dying per day in February. The figures were highlighted by the UK's Ministry of Defence. The figures cannot be verified, but the UK says the trends are likely accurate. The increase comes as Ukrainian officials say that Russia has launched a big offensive. However, the Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, NSDC, Oleksiy Danilov, also said Russia is experiencing big problems with the campaign. At least 11 people have died in an attack in central Syria that has been blamed on the Islamic State militants, according to a war monitor. Militants attacked a group of about 75 people picking mushrooms near Palmyra, the UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, SOHR, in a statement. Syria's state news agency, SANA, reported a lower death toll of 4. The attack took place away from parts of northern Syria that were hit by Monday's deadly earthquake. The SOHR, which monitors developments in Syria through a network of sources, said that Islamic State cells have been exploiting the preoccupation of the international community following the aftermath of the quakes. Officials in Turkey say 113 arrest warrants have been issued in connection with the construction of buildings that collapsed in Monday's earthquake. Turkish police have already taken at least 12 people into custody, including building contractors. Meanwhile, unrest in southern Turkey has disrupted rescue efforts in some places. The number of people confirmed to have died in Turkey and Syria has risen to more than 35,000 by today. More arrests are expected, but the action will be seen by many as an attempt to divert the overall blame for the disaster. In the Middle East, the Israeli government has authorized 9 Jewish settlements in the West Bank, which were previously unauthorized outposts. It is the first such move by the new government of the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The international community regards all settlements as illegal under international law, though Israel disputes this. Palestinians see settlements as a major obstacle to a peace deal with Israel. They want all settlements and outposts to be removed from the West Bank and East Jerusalem, which they seek for a future Palestinian state. In New Zealand, some 46,000 homes have lost power as Cyclone Gabrielle lashes the north of New Zealand. Authorities have issued warnings of heavy rain and winds, and hundreds of flights have been cancelled. Some areas have declared a state of emergency as Gabrielle nears the North Island. It comes weeks after Auckland and surrounding areas were hit by record rainfall that sparked floods and killed 4 people. Extreme weather event has come on the back of extreme weather event, according to New Zealand Prime Minister Chris Hipkins, who announced a $7.3 million aid package. And finally, in Burkina Faso, at least 12 civilians have been killed in an attack in the north of the country, according to reports. Locals in Kosi province, close to the border with Mali, told the French news agency that armed men on motorbikes stormed the village of Sanakodugu early on Friday. Animals and goods were looted. It is thought that the assailants were members of the Islamist insurgency that has forced hundreds of thousands of people from their homes in Burkina Faso and in the neighboring Mali and Niger. The military regimes in Burkina Faso and Mali have expelled the French troops who had been unsuccessfully fighting the Islamists and have invited Russian mercenaries in their stead. Well, that brings us to the end of this afternoon's News in Brief. Thank you for watching Channel 44. We return at exactly 4 p.m. with business news. This time we'll have Bill Clinton come on too, as presenting to us some of the news, and you will be tremendously blessed. Pastor Jessica Kayanja is coming up next as she teaches us on the parts of the body that are highly spiritual that we tend to ignore most of the time. Stay tuned to Channel 44. You're going to be very blessed. Enjoy your afternoon.